Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that I know a lot of people, specifically women with ADHD, struggle with, and that is imposter syndrome. For anyone who doesn't know me, hello, my name is Sara Kelly. I'm an ADHD mindset coach and I come out with videos every single week on everything ADHD and the isms that go along with having ADHD. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from me. So let's get into it and talk about imposter syndrome. You know that feeling when you're at work and everyone thinks that you are absolutely killing it. Your boss is promoting you, your coworkers envy you, and yet inside you feel like you don't deserve the seat at the table that you currently hold. If you can relate to this feeling like a fraud, please comment on this video and hit that like button. I know for me, this has happened many times. Here's the thing, imposter syndrome and having ADHD is very common. And I think it comes back to the fact that, especially during our adolescence, the inattentive type ADHDer that was undiagnosed heard that they had so much potential if only they would apply themselves more. These things really start shaping our paradigms and turning into our self-fulfilling prophecy. Imposter syndrome is incredibly common, especially for women who are high achieving and have ADHD. And the truth is, even though you may feel like you're the only one struggling with this, you are absolutely not alone. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world, from Maya Angelou to Meryl Streep, have talked openly about their struggles with feeling like an imposter. So if you're asking yourself right now, if you in fact do feel like a fraud, what can you do so that imposter syndrome doesn't send you down this negative vortex of catastrophizing thought? I want to offer you 6 things that you can do right now, today, to escape the feelings of imposter syndrome. Number 1, recognizing that imposter syndrome is common and so many people go through this. I think sometimes when we have thoughts that, manifest as big feelings that hurt our self-esteem, we think we're the only ones. Even famous people feel imposter syndrome from time, as I just mentioned earlier. Number 2 is reframing your thoughts. Instead of thinking negative thoughts about yourself or your abilities, try to reframe them. For example, instead of thinking I'm not good enough, try thinking I'm doing the best and that's all I can do. Additionally, getting curious about where the status quo is for why you're feeling like an imposter and thinking that you're not doing a good enough job. If you were in a court of law, would a judge say that you're an imposter and you don't deserve to be at the job that you're at? Or have you maybe manifested this in your own mind, and because you have done that, you're really rolling with it? And I have a video on lucky girl syndrome and the reticular activator, and how what we think about predominantly most of the time is what expands and what we'll notice more of. So check out that video after you watch this one. Number 3 is acknowledging and taking an inventory of your accomplishments once you are feeling like a fraud. Taking a step back and taking an inventory of all of your accomplishments can really give us perspective, especially when we struggle with emotional dysregulation. And as ADHDers, a lot of us tend to live in our heads way too often. Taking an inventory of all of the things that you've done right really challenges the blanket statements when they are negative that we tell ourselves. It's all about bringing a little bit of that logical brain in when the emotional brain is trying to take over. The emotional brain is saying, I'm an imposter, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, why am I even here? What if they, find out that I'm not as good as I appear to be? The logical brain, though, is going to look for evidence of that. And by taking an inventory of all of the things that you've done right, you can really bring in that logical brain into that internal conversation to give yourself a little bit more perspective. Try it and let me know how it works for you. Number 4 is reach out to a mentor or a coach. Talk to someone who has been in your shoes before, who has had maybe some of the same feelings. And if you're looking for a really good ADHD coach, I happen to know one. In all seriousness, finding a mentor or a coach can really help you when you're struggling with imposter syndrome. Finding a mentor or a coach can really help you navigate imposter syndrome when you feel like you're stuck in it. Find a mentor or a coach who can offer you guidance and support when you're struggling with imposter syndrome. Number 5 is taking action. Sometimes the best way to combat imposter syndrome is to simply take action. You can do this by taking on a new project, learning a new skill, or volunteering for a new opportunity. This can help you build confidence and feel more capable. And the final tip, number 6, is practicing self-care. Taking care of yourself physically and mentally is crucial here. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking time to do some of the things that you enjoy. It can't be all work, no play. There needs to be balance. So there you have it. 6 things you can do to break free from imposter syndrome. Remember, feeling like a fraud is common, but it doesn't have to hold you back. You're capable and competent, and you deserve to be where you are. And remember, you wouldn't be where you are unless you deserve it. So there you have it, 6 things that you can do right now to break free from the feelings of being an imposter. It's important to remember that feeling like a fraud is common, but you obviously are not a fraud. You are where you are right now because you deserve to be. And the only thing that's lacking is you giving yourself the grace and the space to be perfectly imperfect. If you'd like to watch a video on perfectionism, I have that video linked above as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Below is a link to a complimentary masterclass. It goes over the 6 pillars to creating lasting change if you struggle with things like imposter syndrome, perfectionism, emotional dysregulation, rejection sensitivity dysphoria, and all of the other isms that come along with having ADHD. All you have to do to sign up for the webinar is to put in your first name and your email address, and it'll be sent to you right away. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next week in the next video.